Welcome to Smart in the City, the Babel podcast where we bring together top actors in the smart city arena, sparking dialogues and interactions around the stakeholders and themes most prevalent for today's citizens and tomorrow's generations. I am your host, Tamlin Shimizu, and I hope you will enjoy this episode and gain knowledge and connections to accelerate the change for a better urban life. Smart in the City is brought to you by Babel Smart Cities. We enable processes from research and strategy development to co-creation and implementation. To learn more about us, please visit the Babel platform at babel-smartcities.eu. So today I'm here at Green Cities, the S-Moving event in the vibrant city of Malaga, Spain. So we are official media partners at the event, and it is really bustling here on the second and final day of the expo. So also thank you to Figma for partnering with us to produce these episodes with some of the guests. I'm really excited to introduce you to our next guests here with me today. So for this episode, we're traveling back very close to Barcelona, to the very important town of Viladecans. So with me today, I have two great people representing the city. First off, I have Jordi Nazon. He's the deputy mayor of the municipality of Viladecans. Welcome, Jordi.
Welcome, thank you.
And also with him, to show also this other side. So Jordi represents kind of the politics side, right? Alicia Valle, she's the general manager for the municipality.
Hello, thank you.
Nice to have you here. So I have a little question for you to get us started. And it's our teaser question. And my question is to both of you, if Viladecans were a superhero, what would be its superpower?
Wow, it's a very complicated question. Superpower. I'm not sure. What do you think, Alicia?
Well, if Viladecans would be a character, would be Wonder Woman.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah.
Because we'll talk later. We have a lot of women working on the direction of the city council, but also doing great projects around the city. So Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, I love it. Do you agree? Do you have another superpower?
Yeah, I agree. But in addition to the comment of Alicia, I think also we enjoy with a very ambitious projects. So the power is that the easy projects for us is not a challenge, but the great projects for us are motivation. So maybe the power is the superpower is to face these big projects, big challenge, with a point of view in the local, but also with a global point of view.
Yeah, I love that. I actually was hosting a webinar for one of our EU projects around small and medium-sized cities, and the mayor that was representing the city, a small city in Germany, was saying that. Something very similar to that around basically just don't be afraid because you're small, right? Just tackle it. So yeah, I love it. Okay, so I want to give the listeners a little bit of background into who you are, what's your background, what led you here. So Jordi, I'd love to hear from you first. Where did you come from?
Well, I am from Viladecans. As you commented before.
Originally, yeah.
I'm from Viladecans. My grandfather, grandmother was from Viladecans.
Wow.
So I am Viladecans several generations ago. So, and I am also a deputy mayor, as you commented before, but I am also a scientist. So I am a physical atmosphere scientific degree, PhD, and I work also in the university in the investigation of atmospheric science. And this is also an opportunity for the political point of view. So my background is both political and scientific.
Yeah, very interesting background. Just a little follow-up question there. How do you think like physics and politics interact?
This is a very complicated question, a very interesting question, because I think the both worlds are connecting points. And so I think that political can help physics and physics can help political. So it's a two ways relationships.
Do you have an example? I'm just trying to picture it.
Wow,
Yeah.
example. I think, for instance, this is a good question. Good question. For me, I think when you are writing a paper, for instance, or an investigation, and you submit this paper to a journal, their peer review evaluated your paper, and it is very important that the coherence and of the model or the investigation that you are doing. The basic point is that the coherence of all terms or items in the paper. So if we move this idea to the political world, in my opinion, it's the same. So when you have a political project, there is the coherence with in this project with all the political that you are doing should be the same than a scientific point of view. So it's the coherence and the rigor of all the project that you are doing.
Very good example. Yeah. I was trying to picture this interaction. So thank you for laying that out.
Yeah, but sometimes it's very complicated.
Yeah. I'm sure. Alicia, I would love to hear about your background. I know it's also quite interesting how you came here. So.
Well, I'm not from Viladecans. I don't live in Viladecans, but all my adult life, I've been working there. So I started working in Viladecans in my last year of college, a long time ago. So now I've been working in Viladecans about 27 years. And with different roles. Okay, I started was doing some practice in the law team in Viladecans with my partners there, and I developed all my professional career in Viladecans, and I feel like I'm from Viladecans in some way. Also, no, I don't sleep in Viladecans, but almost the rest of my life I do it there. So I'm in love with the city, absolutely.
Yeah, very, very nice. I also understand you have a background in law.
Yes, I'm a lawyer, and I'm an urban lawyer. So I've been always related with the design of the city. I think with a very interesting point of view that is also in the rest of our team, is talking about design of the city, but with a very, very interesting point of view, because we work with the citizens in the middle of our decisions, and that's absolutely one of the priority of the design team. So maybe that's one of the characteristics of Viladecans, that it's different from other places.
Yeah, really putting citizens at the forefront of the conversation. So, and I know Barcelona area is also, the metropolitan region is really focusing on that. This year, I just had an episode around democracy, as Barcelona won the European Capital of Democracy this year. So we're talking a lot about these participatory processes. So cool stuff. So I would love, I understand, Alicia, that you, that Viladecans is also co-chair of the Innpulso network. Can you tell us a little bit about the network and what that entails?
Yeah. Innpulso is a network from cities of Spain that it's a network from the government of Spain with the science and innovation part of the government very involved during the process. We are almost 90 cities actually in the network, doing a lot of work related with innovation and science. That's the main part of the work that the network is doing actually. I think if I have to tell one thing super interesting about this Innpulso network, is that is an ecosystem for the exchange of experience. And it's very active. We do a lot of team building from people that works for the cities. And it's very different from other networks that exist actually in Spain and in the rest of Europe, because it's a floor to exchange a lot of knowledge and to help each other. So I think this is very powerful. Maybe it's an example to other networks that maybe are more classics in the way they work, and Innpulso is very, very different about the methodology, and it permits you to develop some innovation culture programs in the city councils, but also in the cities. So I think it's a good example to check to people that are interested to work in these ecosystems.
Yeah, very interesting. So how do you think, I guess that you are bringing many challenges to the table with the network, right? How in practice, like how does that work? Like, can you give an example?
Well, we have different work groups, okay, and we work by challenges, which is very interesting. Every work group have a challenge to put together all the knowledge of the cities and try to advance in this challenge. For example, we have one group that is working very hard about how the law, but talking about innovation, affects the work of the cities. And that's very hard because when you are alone doing that in your city and you're not able to share the experience with others, it's hard to advance. So for me, that's the most important work group that we are working now. Okay, is how can we change the law frame in the state, in Spain, to advance to success in the super important goals we have as cities for the 2030, for example.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jordi, I want to also ask you about another thing that I heard about, which is the Green Leaf Awards. I understand that your municipality is one of the finalists, right? So what sustainable practices is Viladecans recognized for? Like, how does this award work?
Yeah, we are in the final of the Green Leaf next October. In three weeks ahead, we will go to Tallinn. Okay, and so the Green Leaf for us is very important and is the point to put the point in the middle of all the political in the sustainability that we are doing. The basic one is that we want to become a carbon neutral city in 2030. So this is a very important challenge, and this is a transformation tool for all the cities. So with this goal, we involve all the sectors in the city, from the citizens, the enterprises, the administration. And this is now we are in this line, but we are several years and decades ago that we are working in the sustainability. As you commented before, Barcelona metropolitan area is a big metropolitan area. We are 15 kilometers to the south of the Barcelona city, in the middle of the delta of the river, the Llobregat River. So the development of the city has done in the last decades in respecting all the environment we have. We have 5 different ecosystems in the municipal term, from the mountains with a very characteristic Mediterranean landscape to the coast, to the coastline, with a very environments protected by the European Union, and the agricultural area and the urban ecosystem with many trees and different political actions. And very close to the airport. So the airport is not, for us, has been an opportunity for the preservation of the old landscapes that we have surrounding the airport, that is in the Viladecans. And all these this picture with a very active political actions for in different items, water, energy, trees, landscapes. So for us, Green Leaf is the point that summarizes all the actions that we are doing from now and from different years with different topics and items. So we think that Viladecans is one of the most sustainable cities in Spain, probably, we are sure of that. And for us, Green Leaf is a very, very challenge. We are very motivated for this final next October.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear all about that coming up next month, right?
Exactly.
Good luck on that. But I'm just wondering, how does that align with the Sustainable Development Goals?
Yeah. The basic line is the participation of people, of citizens, that power cities in the change of the energy transition. So the Viladecan project was a European project from Urbac, that this was the change in the model in the city. So with the line that we are going to become a carbon neutral city, we need to reduce emissions. So it is a change in mobility, change in the energy consumption and the management of the energy. And then if we want to offset the emissions, we need to change the mind and to change the management of the trees, parks, garden, and the surrounding. So the basic lines are in energy, and in water. Also, we are doing very actions with for instance, two different two different ways for the
For the water?
for the water, for to wash and potable water and drink potable water. And so we are in many different items with sustainability. We are in a very, I think, in a very good line to become a reference city in sustainability.
Yeah, absolutely. What is the biggest challenge that you're facing? That's the biggest bottleneck to reaching that?
The big challenge is to become in 7 years carbon neutral city. And in 2050, to become a negative carbon city. This is the big challenge, because this challenge means to transform many things in the city and to change very social and actions. And so it's not only with reduce or change the mobility from fuel to electric, maybe, but also to change the mind of the citizens and the administration. So in this line, so this is a big challenge.
So you think mindset is the biggest challenge that you see?
Yeah, because in a scientific point of view, it is very clear that we need to do, but now is to change in a social. So the climate change and this carbon neutral carbon goal, this is also a social project.
Yeah.
So here, environment, social, and technology are mixing to become a carbon neutral city and to face this goal.
Yeah, you have to take a very holistic view of it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So which policies do you think are the most instrumental in shaping this goal in 2030?
For us, one of them is the participation of the citizens, because this is not only an issue of the government. We are now working in 4 different sectors, the enterprises, citizens, administration, and the academia. And so this method of work, we are not only, the government define a line, but all these sectors are working together to face this challenge. And so this is one of the most important items or changing that we are doing now, the governance of.
Very interesting, and applause to you also for taking that step to say 2030. The time is 7 years is nothing. It's like already yesterday, basically, in terms of
we're in a hurry. We're in a hurry. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Alicia, I want to talk about a really cool innovation model that I heard about, that you guys are working on. It's called MIA, MIA. Can you walk us through what this is, the key principles, all of that?
Yeah, well, I will start for the beginning and taking the words from Jordi, no? Well, as I said, Viladecans is co-chairing the network of Innpulso, no? And this position allows us to accelerate the work aimed at the inclusive, green, and digital transformation So, and that we planned that we won't face the 2030 with these points very 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 strong on our line. Viladecans, as I said, has put the quality of life of our citizens in the middle of the public policies, and to do all that, I mean, to become this evolution of the city and to improve the quality of life of our citizens, we had to change things inside the city council, inside the organization, the culture. I mean, the change is changing so fast, and the administration sometimes is so slow and so classic in the middle. So to face all the challenges that Jordi has already explained to you and others that we have in education, and just to be an inclusive city, we had to change things inside the city council. And we like to talk about a slow revolution, okay? Because it is a revolution that we have to face inside our culture. And to do that, we have constructed this model together with our workers, okay? Because that was, as Jordi said, all the changes in the city are co-created with the citizens, and our model of innovation, MIA, has been constructed with our workers. So they're a very active part of the concept of the conservation of the model. And to construct a model, innovation was the main active to think about how we can change the way we do inside. And what we did was to think about the 4 challenges in the city, okay? Education, environment, energy, and inside a transformation, digital transition. And we built 4 groups to decide how the strategy of the city was going to be, and how the organization has to change to face those challenges. So we put all these brains together to work, and the conclusion was that we had to face very, very deep transformations of the process. We have been working the last 30 years, maybe. And so we have to change the verticality of the way we face the projects, and become a transversal organization. That's are very easy words, but very hard to face, because the law in Spain and also in the rest of Europe, when you work in this kind of organization, public organization, are very, very close. And to become a transversal organization affects the way that the workers from public organizations are used to work, and they have in their rights. So you have to be very persuasive, and you have to face that maybe the idea of the change has to become from bottom to top, and not top to bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Have you produced any material about this model?
Yes, we have a project. We have some awards. We have some awards from Mia, and our materials are about the middle, because we work with Agile. Okay, we change the middle, and also we have some demonstration projects. Okay, we have 24 demonstration projects using MIA as the method of work. So
yeah, because we would love to share it. I think this will be super interesting for our audience to also take a look at the deeper material on this. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, would love to share that. I want to. So at the time that we're at right now, technology is evolving so quickly. The digital landscape is evolving so quickly. How do like innovation models kind of keep up with that change, you know?
You are meaning with the technology, how technology are changing, or the influence of the new technologies in all this model and the political in the city. Yeah. As you commented, the technology is moving very fast. So we can imagine that what will happen in 10 years ahead, for instance, because all technology is changing very fast. But I think now, at this point, technology for us, for instance, is very. We are applying new technologies in the city with many sensoring in the streets. We now are working in a room with a high technology to control all the different parts of the city. And we are applying artificial intelligence, for instance, in several applications for citizens. And we now are in testing how these tools that we have, how the application of the artificial intelligence can help and improve all these tools. So, for instance, the electrification in the mobility, for instance, with new applications or go on. So it's a large list of different application of technology. But how this technology will change the city in maybe 5 years, it's a very difficult question to answer. So we don't know, because all is changing very fast, as you commented.
But you are somehow being quite agile with how you're already adapting AI, et cetera. And this is a challenge that many cities have. What do you think contributes to this agility? How are you able to adapt quickly?
Well, for us, is absolutely super important to capacity our workers, but also the citizens. And we've been boosting some programs to do all that work with citizens and to our workers, because their work has changed. I mean, you cannot work in the same way that 2 years ago. I mean, before COVID, everything has changed. And I think we have to focus on people and not in technology. As Jordi said, technology is a tool, and to achieve more quality of life for our citizens. That is in the middle of our policies. And for sure, we have to don't leave anyone in this road.
For instance, a very quick sample. We have a coin, a currency, a local currency, the Viladecan coin. The Viladecan coin is a currency, a legal currency. €1 is one Viladecan. And so citizens can get Viladecan coins, saving energy and contracting green energy. And now, this was the original project, but now we are adapting this project to the new times. And so, for instance, now, if you move or you go as a citizen to go to the gym, to the public gyms, we have several machines. What you can do running, you can running there, and you are creating energy. So if you reach, for instance, 10 kilowatt hour of energy in 1 month, you will get currency, and then this currency you spend this money in the local shops in the city. When if these shops are green energy or saving plastic bags, etc. So technology is a power tool, but always thinking with citizens. So this is the key point. And citizens are motivated for the changes, and very slowly, in a very slow path, we are transforming the mind or the way to the use of technology in the city with the citizens. This is the base point.
I love that use case. It's really cool, incentivizing health and participation from citizens.
Exactly.
And economic development at the same time. So yeah, I love it. Good. The last thing I want to ask you about in this main interview part is, Alicia, you mentioned yesterday that it's your 80% of your directive team consists of women, which is quite rare in the city landscape. I mean, I think both of us know that we're quite accustomed to being the only woman in a room. In when you're looking at urban leaders, predominantly male. Of course, that is changing. But I more want to emphasize, how do you think that this gender diversity is influencing your city's approach? I want both of you to answer, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, our major is men. Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, the selection of our team is for the profile. Absolutely. I mean, I want to say that because it's not because, it's not a political decision. It's just he decided to have the best people for the job, and 80% we're women.
Just
so
happen to be women.
Yeah. What is great, and it's a really a shame that in other organizations, as you said, you say exactly the inverse, 20% or 10% women in direction. And in the second line, there's in private organizations, there's a lot of women, but not in the first chair.
Yeah,
so now what is very painful for all the good women, the directives that they want to improve in their careers. So we are absolutely an exception, and that's a bad thing. But we're very happy in Viladecans about that, and we love to explain it. I think there's one point that maybe in the mindset of women is inclusive. I mean, we like to do our projects or to introduce in our projects the inclusive like a main issue. And that absolutely represents a change in the policies that we are implementing in Viladecans. Because in my case, I'm a mom. My son now is 16 years old, and he's very, he can go alone to school and everything. But I have other partners that now are directors that have small kids, and they have to conciliate so that thing that maybe it is an anecdotic, it is not. But when you are programming something in the city, you think about these things. You cannot, have a call for a meeting at 7 because it's not the time. I mean, we have families, and that's just an example. Also, with maybe 80% of women take care about the grandfathers or the old people of the family. So that point of view of the take care about the others is it's a shame, but it's a very woman point of view. Yeah. So that's absolutely affects on the way we face the projects and the policies, and I think it's a good thing. We like to conciliar, to conceal. We are maybe the way that the woman faces the problems is also more about the listening, about to share different points of view. I mean, I'm not saying that men doesn't do that, but I think that's more of the characters of our personalities.
It's a different way of communicating.
I think so. I think so. So for sure, we will monitorize how this 80% of directors has effect in the policies of the city. But it is an interesting case of use that maybe in some years we can check how was that.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you agree? Have anything to add?
I totally agree with Alicia, but my role is a politician. So in the political list in the government, there are a lot of women. The men in the government are in minority. So we got only 4 men, and the rest are women. So for me, it's a pleasure to work with men and women. For me, it's not the difference because the profile is in all cases excellent profile. And for me, it's natural, and for me, it's not strange to work with women or men. So for me, it's a natural thing. Welcome to this new normality.
Yeah.
For me, it's nothing to comment. It's okay. It's a pleasure, and I think it's for me it's very strange when I go to a meeting or a congress, and I see in a table all men.
Yeah.
So for me it's very strange.
Yeah.
And the same in the university. Now in students are women and men. So for us. Maybe
it's not an issue.
No,
it's not. It's not.
It's the normal thing. And in Viladecans, in technical point of view and political point of view, women and men are working together with no problems. In this case, Viladecans, a lot of women prevail in this stuff, technical and political, but it's
lots
okay.
of strong women in Viladecans.
And finally, the point of view of the woman, I would like to comment that sometimes in several aspects, the point of view of the woman are better than men. So this is a very interesting point.
Yeah.
And women and men to work together, I think it's a key point.
It's crucial.
It's crucial.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I think so. Different points of view are interesting to do the best.
Yeah, both. Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. So I know we're running low on time, so I would like to move on to our segment. And the segment I've chosen for today is called Trial and Error. Trial and Error. What went wrong? What mistakes were made along the way? And more importantly, what lessons were learned? And this is because we've talked a lot about all the wonderful things you're doing, but I think it's also really crucial to talk about the lessons learned. Mm-hmm. So do you have an example that you can share about something that might have gone wrong and something that you learned from it?
Wow. Some example of wrong. Yeah, sure, a lot, probably. Yeah, but now,
if I can have the floor, maybe to start and talking about this change, this slow revolution that we're doing inside the house. I like to talk about a slow revolution because we had tried the speed revolution, and speed revolution is not good when you want to do very, very deep transformation. So I think one of the main lessons learned is that you need the time. You need the time for the change. That's very important. And also it's very important that thing that I just mentioned, that the change has to become from bottom to top or top to bottom. Mm-hmm. Only in one way, doesn't matter if it's bottom to top or top to bottom, doesn't work. We have to be very firm about everyone wants the change. Yeah. Or almost everyone wants the change. So maybe that's my two lessons. My two lessons.
Yeah, maybe following this explanation, one thing that is important is sometimes people say that the politician never say true. Okay, and many times, in my case, for instance, several times we say something to the citizens, and then, as Alicia commented before, the administration is too slow. And so it's true. We are doing that, but maybe we are, we want to, in a political point of view, we want to transform very fast. And so the administration and the laws are very slow. And so people say us, okay, you are allowed because you said this time 2 years ahead, and this is not a reality yet. So okay, we're working, but why?
You raise their expectations, and then you move too slow to that point instead of moving together at the same speed.
In my case, at the beginning, I was very, very brave to say, we are doing that, and
we're doing everything.
In 2 years, we will get that. Not 2 months, maybe 2 or 3 years. So the different velocities, speeds between the political ideas and the reality. This gap, I think, is in my case, it was around at the beginning because
reality.
I'm coming from the university, to developing projects faster than the political, and so this change of velocities. It's complicated.
Really, really good lessons learned. Thank you for sharing that. Now it's the last question. It's the question that we ask every single guest, and it's to you. What is a smart city?
It's a good question, and I think many times about this question. For me, my smart city is a smart city, as the word said. And it's not. I think the question: what is not a smart city? Okay, for instance, a city with many trees, with shadow, with a healthy city by using trees, parks, gardens, dense gardens. For me, this is a smart city also. A city where the mobility is doing walking or cycling, and not by car in all spaces or transects, is a smart city. And a smart city is the city that citizens want. And I think we need to disseminate and to do as smart citizens. So this is a smart city for me. Then also, sensing many items to control and to increase the efficiency of the management in the city. Okay, this is a smart city also. But the base of the smart city for me is to have a green city with many trees, gardens, etc., to change the mobility in a common sense. So if you need to move 20 minutes walking, is not a large distance, so you can walk, you can cycling. And for me, this is a smart city.
Yeah, very good, multifaceted answer. And Alicia, do you have something to add or change?
Well, I think to me, a smart city is a smart when it's designed to people, and when the city is an environment that improves the quality of life of citizens.
Yeah,
that's a smart. Other things for me is technology, is other thing. That's the smart city, but is what we're working for.
Focusing on the citizens.
That's
exactly.
Yeah, and we came full circle. We mentioned that at the beginning, and we came full circle back to the citizens. So I love that ending. And now it's just the time to say thank you so much for coming onto the podcast. It was really fun to have you and talk to you about this. So thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. It was fun.
And to all of our listeners, don't forget you can always create a free account at babel-smartcities.eu. You can find out more about smart city projects, solutions, implementations, and more. So thank you very much. Thank you all for listening. I'll see you at the next stop on the journey to a better urban life.